Hello and welcome to another fun-filled knife adventure. Yay! So today we're going to be doing an unboxing of a Vosteed. I'm sure not all of you are familiar with Vosteed, but they're one of my top 5 Chinese OEM manufacturers. They make some great knives. This is their Ankylo, Ankylo, Ankylo. I don't know how you say it. It's got their Vanker lock, which is their Vosteed anchor lock, and it is a definite new type of lock. It is not just a top liner lock, and it is not like anything else. I will explain it once we get in here to the knife. Let's see, we got the nice metal tins that they come in. And we have the pouch. Let's see what else we got. We got some swag. We got a Velcro. What does that say? Open the joy. A swish. Open the joy. Swish. Swish. Open the joy. Then we got, a little breakdown card. This will come in handy. I will show you I'll try to explain a little bit after we get into the knife here, but that card will help me maybe a little bit. I was going to print out a picture to show you. We have the knife itself. This is the aluminum version, and this one actually has Elmax steel, and I believe at the time of this video it is $169 on their site. You can get it in lots of different versions and colors. I believe you can probably even get it in different blade steels. Stonewash black, yeah, 154 cm. Elmax, Elmax. You can get it with the black blade. Elmax, so I guess 154 cm in Elmax, but they have it in 4, 8, 10, 14 different varieties. So what's so special about this knife, other than just the fidgetiness, the amount of fidget it has, is this lock. It's a center lock, and I'll explain how it works here in a minute, but let's look at the knife. So got the flipper tab on the back. You push the button in to drop it. I'm a big fan of these flush mount flipper tabs. To me, they help the lines of the knife a lot. Knives with big flipper tabs, to me, it ruins the aesthetics of a knife. I've got a bunch on my table here, and none of them seem to have a flipper tab. Huh. That's kind of funny. Huh. Oh well. So we have the back flipper. We have the front flipper. And we have the blade window, or the blade hole. All 4 seem to work great. Let me wipe off the blade here. Let's see. As far as size goes, it says it's got a 3.18 inch blade length, and it says the overall length is 7.75. Let's see what I'm getting on blade length. So 3.18. Let's just go ahead and set it there and see where we're falling. There's 3.182. So that looks like right to the front of the scales there. So a little longer, it's a lot longer back here. So yeah, they're measuring it right here to the front of the scales. Seems to be pretty common with knife. If you do measure back to the back, it's even bigger than 3.5 inches. Actual cutting edge is 2.875. Total length, it says it's 7.75 inches. Let's see what we got here. I'm not getting quite 7.75. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that line there, but it's a little under 7.75. In millimeters, for you smart people, it's 19.5 millimeters. Let's get the weight of it real quick while we're doing measurements. So the weight of it is 4.86 ounces. Let's see. Before we talk about the lock, which feels super smooth, I wanted to talk about something else. It's got some of the best detent. Since this lock is different, it's not just your typical button lock. It has an actual real detent with a detent plug ball type thing, and it goes into a hole in the blade, just like a lot of knives. But that detent is super crispy and nice. Some of the pouch on there, okay. Pocket clip is not as deep carry as I would like. That much of the knife would be sticking up out of your pocket, which isn't terrible, but they could have moved it up a little more. So, size comparisons. This is it next to a Spyderco PM2 and a Spyderco PM3. It's right between those two. It's a great size knife. 7.75 is a great overall length on a knife. Anything over 3 inches on the blade is a great size. Let's see what else we have to compare it with. This is the Tuya Knives Shocker. This is the Kaiser Militao. This is the Spyderco Smock. Very close in size to both of those. This is the Spyderco Shaman. Handles are very close on those as well. This is the Asher Knives Spyro. Blade lengths look pretty similar. Handle lengths, it's got a little bit longer handle. Here is the Artisan Cutlery Satyr. Very close to the same size as that. So, handles are a little longer. And then this is the Artisan Cutlery Revel. The handles look equal on those, but the blade is longer on the Revel. Now let's get into this lock. So the way this lock, if you look down through here, you can't see any, okay. See this notch right here in the blade? There's a notch in the blade. It is a square type notch. And in the middle of this knife, inside this top liner, is a bar. This bar is actually attached, it goes around, I believe it goes around the pivot and this screw back here. But there's a metal bar that goes in here, and that bar, it's actually on this side. So it's, the bar is on this side, sorry. Inside here there is a bar. It attaches to one of these screws in this pivot, I believe. And it sits in here and floats. And this has got a magnet on it on the other side of this button. And it stays attached to that little bar. And as you push that bar locks in to that little notch. So this notch right here, let's see if you can't see that bar, the way they did the milling. You can't see that. You can kind of see that bar. If I push the button here, let's see. Let's see if I can figure out. Okay. The bar is on that back side, and it sits, and this pushes it out of that little notch. So that bar is sitting in here, and when you push this button, it lifts that out of it so that the blade can rotate. So it's a very solid lock. Like, the bar actually goes a little bit further, and then the notch sits in there, so it's very, very strong. Like, there is no side to side, no up and down, no kind of lock play, and it has no springs. There's no springs in here. That bar is the spring. So the what you feel when you push the button is the spring tension of that bar. And the way they've done it, I mean, it's phenomenal. Like, it's a great lock, and you can't see hardly anything inside the knife moving because they've milled out the insides of both of these pockets. So let me see if I can show you on this card here. So hopefully you can see on this card. So there's a liner on the show side that's a full liner that goes inside the show side here. Then the button fits inside there. On the back side of that button, the bearings go around. The bearings are bigger than the outside of this, so they sit on the outside of this button. So there's a bearing on this side of the blade, then that liner. Then on this side of the blade, there's a little liner insert, and then there's that lock bar. Let me see. The lock bar I'm talking about is this piece right here that goes inside the other scale. And this part right here is what locks into that notch on the blade. So there's this notch right here on the blade, and this little part right here locks into that notch. So when you push the button through, it pushes this bar out of that notch and allows the knife to swing. But it's centrally located. It's a solid bar of steel, and it's super strong, and it's their Vanker lock. I think we need new lock technology, and this is one of the best ones that I've seen. And as far as fidgety, you can't get any more fidgety than this knife. Action is perfect. Lockup is perfect. Super solid. The detent is perfect. Super snappy detent. Only thing I've noticed about this knife is that if you don't get your finger out of the way, the blade will hit it right there as you're opening it with the flipper. I don't usually use the flipper tabs very often. I usually just reverse flick. It's just my habit and what I've gotten used to. But if you do use the back flipper tab, you just need to move your finger off of it so that your finger gets out of the way of the blade. If you leave it there, the blade will hit it. Yeah, see? So you just got to kind of pull it off of that little tab. That tab, I mean, it's real easy to do. It's not difficult. And the front flipper works easy. It doesn't take much action at all to get it to work. As long as you get your finger out there close to the end, thumb close to the end, super simple. I'm not the greatest at doing the one finger, there you go, the pointer finger, whatever you call that, but you can do that as well. Great knife, very, very good grip here. I like the satin kind of finish they have on here. I don't think it's going to show marks. Blade grind, very good all the way out to the spine out there. The flats, it's got a little bit of flats. Got the Vosteed name on this side. Got L-Max on this side. Very simple. No big billboarding. Nothing on the actual blade out here. It's just right there on a little bit and right there a little bit. Beautiful knife. Great knife. I'm sure you can find it for less than $150 if you look. And I don't see anything else in the $150 price point being this fidgety and this useful, and value. I mean, the value here, the lockup, I mean, the lock on it is amazing to me, how strong it is. And the fact that it has no springs, just another plus, not going to break. That bar is kind of thick, and maybe one day I'll do a breakdown of it. I've got some tools here and I could show you, but there's other videos on YouTube that you can go and check that out. I appreciate you being with me today. You could be doing anything, but you decided to watch my video, and that means a lot to me. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Tell your friends about me. If you like my evaluations of knives, I've got a lot more knives coming in. I've got a lot more videos to do. Yeah, and I truly appreciate it. And thank you once again, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.